At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the Endless Aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
It's an opportunity you can't miss. Days Chevrolet in Jasper is stepping up and paying top dollar for your trade-in. Any make, any model. Days wants it, and we're paying top dollar to get it. So, what'll you do with all that cash? Shop for your new Chevy at dayschevroletjasper.com. New vehicles are arriving weekly, or shop from our great selection of pre-owned inventory. Don't delay. Come get cash for your vehicle today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done.
Find new roads.
Hey girl, back so soon?
Yeah.
Third time this morning.
Feeling too familiar with the bathroom these days? It's not just you.
Hey girl, look who made it 15 minutes.
At Erlanger Urology, we make it easy to talk about overactive bladder and treatments that work.
Hey girl, you not coming in?
No, I'm good.
Well, okay, I'll be here, cause I'm stuck.
Learn more at itsnotjustyou.com. Erlanger Urology.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Friday Night Pressbox Podcast live here on Team FYN Sports. I'm your host, Tim Tao, with Chris Mathis, as always, host the show with me. Chris, my head hurts.
Yeah, I think that's an underplay of what's going on right now. And I mean, I just knew that one time when the first team or the first game was canceled this week early on, I knew it was just going to trickle down. You know, hey, we're going to cancel too. Hey, you know what? We got too many guys as well. We might as well cancel. Let's keep this, you know, within our school system and not spread it. So, man, COVID really playing a part into this season already, heading into week 2 of the year. It's been pretty crazy and tough to keep up with, really.
It's impossible to keep up with. I'm about to list some games. I know I'm going to leave some off. Just in our area, you've got Fannin Copper Basin, Union Commerce, which it's now Commerce Pickens. We'll talk more. Chattooga Pickens, Cedartown Rockmart. Just so many of them. And obviously, we're recording this on Wednesday. I want to stress that we are recording this podcast on Wednesday. It will air on Thursday. There will probably be games that we may talk about that could be canceled. We are sorry. But it's the world we're living in right now. We hate it, but we also want to make sure everybody's safe. That is the main thing. We don't want to downplay COVID. It's very real, and it's having an impact on a lot of games in the area. Fannin and Copper Basin were supposed to play for the first time since 1996. Schools separated just by 15 miles. Copper Basin has to cancel due to COVID concerns for the second straight year. Union County Commerce in our area, Union County has a lot of COVID issues. Chattooga and Pickens were going to play. Now, Pickens and Commerce have got together. Now they're going to play. So I just, you know, obviously I'm not a full-time reporter. I do this for a hobby, Chris. It's more along your lines, and RJ's, and we'll bring you in a little bit. But golly bum, man, it's tough. It's tough doing a podcast in this time.
Yeah, for sure. I saw the tweet yesterday, and I had to retweet and share that because we had to be here to update the fans, the football fans, the Friday Night Pressbox fans, the Fetcher News Sports fans as well. And I will say this, to be a little bit optimistic in a very dark time right now. And again, this goes further than football. COVID goes a lot further than football. It doesn't just impact the football team and their coaches and whatnot. You know, this goes pretty far with health and, everybody involved. Even people that are not keeping up with high school football or any high school sports at all. This probably has impacted somebody in one fashion or another. But one way to stay optimistic is if you are going to cancel a game, I'd rather it be week 2 of the year than week 8 or 9 and somebody's trying to make a playoff push or the team's already had their bye week. Most teams have not had their bye week yet. And there's still a little bit of give and leeway with their schedules to work out some games. I spoke with Chad Cheatham earlier today on Wednesday afternoon, and he had some situation, and he's hopeful as of Wednesday in which, having to move his bye week from next week to this week, if at all possible. So I don't know. I mean, it's a real tough situation, but you have to stay optimistic. And more importantly, the coaches and the players have to stay proactive during this dark time and continue to put in the work in the film room, on the field, individually, whatever it is. If you have to go to the gym by yourself to go put in work, you have to do so. And be ready for your name to be called and say, hey, we're playing next Friday night, or hey, we're playing tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know who we're playing. We're playing tomorrow. Some of these games are being put together within a span of 24 hours, 48 hours. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But we're going to bring on Team F Lions sports reporter RJ Casey. And I know RJ's happy. His Pickens Dragons didn't get to play last week, but they're playing this week. RJ, how the heck are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm doing a whole lot better than I was 24 hours ago. That's for sure.
I know you were. Me and you were talking last night that there may be there's some rumblings going around. There's rumors about my Rebels and your Dragons possibly playing. What a time we would have had. We probably wouldn't have spoken to each other Friday, but we'd still be friends. But I'm just giving you a hard time, RJ. But your Dragons are playing Commerce now. So what a time! What a time!
Yeah. It's crazy. I know we were talking. We were putting that out in the atmosphere, like, please let the 5:15 game happen. But I'm just happy these boys found a game to play. I mean, these boys hadn't played a game since their scrimmage against West Hall, and that was almost 15 days ago. It will be 15 days this coming Friday. So they needed a game to play. Happy that they found common level with Commerce to come up to Jasper to come play. First time in 48 years since these two teams have played. Their last meeting was on October 26th, 1973.
How old were you, RJ?
I was negative 30 something, probably.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it was 16 years before I was thought of, but I'm just happy these boys are finally getting to play. And like you said, with games being scheduled like with 24 hours notice, 48 hours notice, it's going to be tough putting, you might not change too much about your offensive game plan, but defensively, when you're going from, hey, we're going to play this team, getting ready for them all week, and all of a sudden, hey, you got to switch, and 2 days later you're playing a totally different team with a totally different scheme, totally different philosophies on what they do. It's going to put a hindrance on the coaches, on the players, and it's going to make for interesting matchups, and it's going to make for some upsets as well.
Yeah, you're right, RJ. I want to go back to 1972. That was the first time Pickens and Commerce played. They played at Commerce that night. Commerce was ranked number 3 in the state. Commerce won 28-12. In 1973, Pickens hosted Commerce. Commerce was coached by Ray Lamb back in those days. And Commerce was ranked number 1 in the state that year. Random fact there. And Commerce did beat Pickens 35-0. So Pickens County has never beat Commerce. They've only played twice, back in 1972 and 1973. But they've never beat Commerce. They have their chance to do it for the first time this Friday night. Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting game for sure. And I saw that Commerce got to play Banks last week and came away with a 10-0 win there. It looked like they ran like a form of a triple option type offense, something that Gilmer's done and Ridgeland's done in the past. So it won't be too much of an unfamiliar territory for the Dragons when they're what they're going up against. going to be a whole different lot of, I guess you could say, a whole different lot of athlete with an Athens area school coming up to a mountain area school. But Coach Myers and that coaching staff is definitely going to have those boys ready to play. It's their season opener. It's at home. They're definitely going to be fired up to play.
RJ, what's the communication been like with you and Coach Myers this week as you guys know that you have a game to play and are excited about that?
Yeah, he's definitely looking forward to it because it's his debut. It's his regular season debut as a head coach, and he's had to wait 2 weeks for it to finally start. So from talking to him a couple of weeks ago, he's chomping at the bit. He's ready to go. He's ready to get on the sidelines. He's ready to see those boys get after it and strap it up and get to go. And I'm excited. I'm ready for Friday, and I'm just impatiently waiting for it to get here.
I thought about asking Coach Myers to come on the show again, but I felt like we jinxed him last time because we had him on the show last week.
Yeah.
And about an hour later, Pickens and Gilmer get canceled. So, I felt like it's starting to be the Friday Night Pressbox curse here. There's been several games that we've talked about on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and games get canceled. So, and have guests on. So the last thing I wanted to do was bring Coach Myers on, and I'm superstitious like that. But
I thought the same thing last week after we aired the podcast. I was like, oh no, he's gonna hate us. He's never gonna get back on. So even if you did reach out to him, he wouldn't have joined this week. He would have had to see.
There's so much going on.
Nothing personal.
I want to tell Coach Myers, we're pulling for him Friday night, and hopefully it be Commerce. It's definitely be huge for Coach Myers to get that first win. And if you would have told Coach Myers just a few nights, or let's say last Wednesday when we recorded the podcast when he was going to play Gilmer, if you told him your first game of the season would have been against Commerce
week 2
after having Gilmer and Chattooga scheduled, he would have looked at us like we were crazy. But lo and behold, it happened.
RJ, have you heard anything about Pickens Dragons practice this week and how they've been preparing for a potential game? And here we are.
Yeah, with not just with like all the craziness with the schedules and stuff going around. It's also very hot outside, so Coach Myers has made the decision to have the boys practice in the morning. They started at 6 in the morning on Tuesday. And they did the same thing today on Wednesday, and it just how they get prepared, ready for a different opponent in like a day and a half is going to be interesting to see, and because normally Thursdays are just like walkthroughs and normal prepared and just special team stuff. What are you going to do on Thursday? You going to have a regular practice, or you do your normal walkthroughs? It'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy thing about because this morning, just as of this morning, they were practicing for Chattooga.
Yeah.
And then 8 o'clock, the news comes in. Pickens Chattooga gets canceled. 8:09 Eastern Standard Time. Copper Basin Fanning gets canceled. I mean, just unbelievable, crazy times we're witnessing right now.
Hey, well, good news for Coach Myers is that this is his first ever game, so he's pretty flexible with being a head coach and having to adjust, and maybe on a Thursday have the actual practice and not a
walk. They just want to play. Man,
Yeah.
Coach Myers just wants to coach. I know Coach Sam Wigginton. They just want to coach.
Yeah. If you saw what Coach Wigginton put out on Twitter a little while ago, this is a part of the season where you just tell your boys to keep your mouthpiece in your back pocket, get ready to go.
Yeah, and also, RJ, talking a little bit more about the Dragons, obviously, with you being the reporter for the Dragons and FYN. Last Friday when their game was canceled, I saw that those guys were in the weight room still putting in work. That's pretty big. That says a lot about the program, the coaches, and the culture that they're building there at Pickens County.
Definitely the kids have bought into what Coach Myers and the coaching staff is selling. It shows the work ethic that these boys have. It shows the willingness to get better, even when their tough times are upon them. And then that's just going to help them during the season. when they have games back to back to back. Hopefully have games back to back to back, and they're got a tough opponent, obviously, on Friday, but I don't think it mattered if it were Commerce or if it was Grayson. They were ready to play, and they would have given it their best shot, no matter who was on the field on Friday.
I know one thing: when Pickens runs out Friday night, that place is going to be hyped.
Yeah, there's going to be streamers, and they might get out the fireworks, bring back the fireworks, or who knows.
RJ, what's your position like on Friday night? Are you on the sidelines? Are you in the box? Are you in the crowd? Where are you at?
I'm on the sidelines. I try and stay out the way as much as possible, and just get my pictures taken because I got to get pictures in as well for articles and everything like that. And if I can, maybe help out an official or two. If they miss something, and then
tell them where to spot it.
Yeah, like no, it's like a half a yard more. Yeah.
Like, you know what? You got me a water earlier when I needed one. Yeah, we'll go up half a yard.
Yeah. It's first down. It was like 4th and 2, but
no doubt.
Well, RJ, man, it's really appreciate you joining us, man. We're pulling for Dragon Nation Friday. I may make the trip. I ain't gonna lie, I may make the trip. So
come on. There's plenty of room.
A lot of room down there in Dragon Nation.
We'll get you down on the sidelines if you want, Tim.
There you go, Tim. I mean, there's no excuse now.
No, I gotta go now. I gotta go.
Just don't wear the blue.
I gotta go.
Oh, he can wear blue, just no purple.
I ain't gonna wear purple. You gotta worry about me wearing purple, RJ. You know better. you know better than me wearing purple.
Yeah, I know.
He's got both directions. He can't wear purple from the team to his left and the team to his right, so
yeah, you won't have to worry about me wearing purple. So but RJ, we appreciate you joining us. We're going to take a quick commercial break right here on the Friday Night Pressbox Live on Team FYN Sports, and we'll be back in just a moment.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the endless aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
It's an opportunity you can't miss. Day Chevrolet in Jasper is stepping up and paying top dollar for your trade-in. Any make, any model. Days wants it, and we're paying top dollar to get it. So, what'll you do with all that cash? Shop for your new Chevy at DayChevroletJasper.com. New vehicles are arriving weekly, or shop from our great selection of pre-owned inventory. Don't delay. Come get cash for your vehicle today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done.
Find new roads.
Hey, girl. Back so soon?
Yeah.
3rd time this morning.
Feeling too familiar with the bathroom these days? It's not just you.
Hey, girl. Look who made it 15 minutes.
At Erlanger Urology, we make it easy to talk about overactive bladder and treatments that work.
Hey, girl. You not coming in?
No, I'm good.
Well, okay. I'll be here, because I'm stuck.
Learn more at itsnotjustyou.com. Erlanger Urology.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
We are back here live on Team FYN Sports. This is North Georgia Friday Night Pressbox Show. I'm Tim Towle with Chris Mathis, joined by a very special friend, Seth Kane. Seth was on the show last year during the playoff run, and we're honored to have him back again this season. Seth, how's things on the west side of the state? We've had a lot of cancellations up here up north.
Well, you just today, and like you said earlier in the broadcast, that there's already that we're doing this on Wednesdays, so this might change again about at least another 2 or 3 more times by the end of the week. But we've already had at least 1 cancellation and 2 reschedulings so far. So this week, one of our stations within our company, Grady Communications in Carrollton, we're supposed to be carrying the Villarica Temple game. Now, that was supposed to be the first meeting between Temple and Villarica. That got canceled because Temple came down, had a lot of COVID cases amongst their football team. I think the Carroll County School District put out I think it could have been another school district. I'm probably getting the 2 mixed up, but saying that there was still a low percentage rate, but they still wanted to be cautious and be careful, which is understandable. So the matchup between Temple and Villarica got canceled. However, Villarica was still looking for somebody, and when they heard Cedartown and Rockmart got canceled, Rockmart was looking for somebody, and they somehow along the way within the last, I'd say about 2-3 hours, so why don't y'all just come down and play for us? Because Villarica just got a brand new football stadium, new scoreboard, the whole 9 yards, and they are ready to debut it. So Villarica and Rockmart are going to be playing Saturday at Sam McIntyre Field in Villarica at 7:30. And so that is the only major rescheduling and cancellation that we've had. It happened all within early this afternoon, and we were scrambling around because one of our stations, Great Classics 98.9, was supposed to be broadcasting that game. They still are on Saturday night, but for this Friday, they had to move over to the Central Carrollton Chapel Hill game, which is going to be happening on Great Classics 98.9. So we've been fortunate so far that this is the only big snafu that we've had so far regarding COVID. I know it's up there in your neck of the woods, it's been a little bit worse with Copper Basin, having to cancel against Fannin and several other cancellations up there. Of course, Union County having to cancel as well. But fortunately, we have been very, very fortunate down here so far. Fingers crossed, and hopefully we remain that way for at least another week or 2, or for the rest of the season. Hopefully,
yeah, that's what we'd love for.
Absolutely, Seth. We're going to talk about Pepperell and Heard County a little bit. We're only going to talk about 2 games. I'm afraid to add another game in fear of it getting canceled, and hopefully this game don't get canceled.
Oh, I know.
The Friday Night Pressbox curse lives on. But you got to see Pepperell up close and personal last Friday night, and I know you know a little bit about Heard County, but Pepperell lost to Haralson County. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, DJ Rogers and the crew got up 14-0 up on Haralson.
They did. What happened starting at the beginning of the game last week, Pepperell kicked it off. Haralson County, they won the opening toss. They elected to receive. Well, on the opening kickoff, one of Haralson County's juniors had the ball. It was coming right to him, fell right through his hands, and he just could not jump back on top of the ball. Well, Pepperell, they jumped in. They capitalized on it. They scored, I think it was about 2 plays later. They eventually scored, put it up 7-0, and then they got back down deep into Haralson County territory again, not that much longer in the first quarter. And then they got up 14-0. And, of course, Ken Walker and I, my broadcast partner, we're sitting there, and a lot of the fans that are sitting right in front of us were just like, this is like a complete mirror of what happened last year. Haralson County got out early on Pepperell last year, and then they tried to come back, but they struggled a little bit. But then it turned right around this year. Pepperell got out early. But it didn't take long for Haralson County to come back and start getting back in the way Haralson County typically plays. Haralson County has been known for this style of offense they've been running to pretty much be a running offense. Well, Coach Peavy has started letting his quarterback, Clay Hyatt, to throw the ball a lot more, and he completed, I think, two out of the 4 passes, he completed 2 of them. Both of those were for touchdowns the other night. So we're going to be seeing more of the passing game out of Haralson County. But as we look at Pepperell, I think really the 2 players, one of them especially that you need to watch, and you probably saw him last year, I know being in Region 7 AA in that area, a kid by the name of DJ Rogers. He wears number 11. He is a junior, and he is probably one of the most impressive players that I have seen over the last 2 or 3 years.
You can fly, Seth.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave him the ball. Any chance he got it, he found an open hole. At minimum, was going to get at least close to 10 yards. So you were expecting at least a first down out of him every night. He was one of the main contributing factors of scoring the touchdowns. Of course, his quarterback, Matthew Waddell, he's another really good quarterback to watch. But I think when it came out into the second half, Pepperell was just really struggling. They were, I think, more prepared for the run game than they were the passing game that Haralson County was doing. And I think that kind of hurt them a little bit. So they kind of was having to change their game plan up a little bit mid-game. And Haralson County just finally found the momentum there late in the first half and pretty much the entire second half. So I think Pepperell's biggest struggle was just trying to contain Haralson County on offense. I think that was their biggest problem on Friday night. Now they're going to be coming down and taking our Heard County team. Heard County now, they have a new coach. And I say a new coach, a new head coach. Shane Lassiter is actually a Heard County native. He's been coaching at Heard County for a number of years now. I don't know the exact number. But Pepperell is going to be facing a Heard County team. It's not going to be the same Heard County team they've seen in the past or in the previous meetings. I know they have met several times before. I actually had the meeting between these two. So this is going to be the 5th meeting between these two teams. First meeting goes back to 2013, where Heard County won 27-14. Played again in 2017. Heard County won 41-28. 2019 was the only time Pepperell has beaten Heard County in these 5 meetings. 27-7. That was the only time they had beaten a Tim Barron team at Heard County, and this is when Rick Hurst was the head coach, still the head coach. Last year, Heard County won 36-29. And then, of course, this year come again. So I think Pepperell is going to be having the upper hand in this game because they're going to be facing a Heard County team that is still has a lot of talent, but not a lot of talent as it has in years past. Last year, Heard County had Chief Borders. He's in Gainesville playing for Dan Mullen now, the University of Florida. So they're without Chief Borders. They're without a lot of other talent that they have had over the years. To graduation, they have lost. But I think Pepperell is really going to have the upper hand because with this new head coach, Shane Lassiter, in his first year as a head coach, I think he's at least over 15 years altogether being at Heard County. It's still going to take him some time to build up his Heard County team compared to what Tim Barrett had. So I really think Heard County is going to have struggles against DJ Rogers. John Shields, who is one of the wide receivers for Pepperell, he had an amazing night when he would catch the ball last Friday night against Haralson County. He's another player to look after and to keep an eye on. Alex Rhodes also completed a few passes last week for Pepperell. But really looking at DJ Rogers and Matthew Waddell, those to me are going to be the two that I think Heard County is really going to have to contain. If they cannot contain both of these two players, they are going to be having a hard time on Friday night in Franklin. And but I think Pepperell's going to be having the upper hand in this ball game.
Yeah, Pepperell's going to come out really, really tough. Region 5 AA, Seth, obviously I think it's the best region in AA, personally, in my opinion. So many great teams. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you because the talent that is just ridden in all of the teams that we've got here in Region 5 AA. I mean, we've got 5 teams. So you are looking at Haralson County, you're looking at Heard County, Bremen, Temple, and Callaway. Callaway being the biggest one. They won the region last year. They went on to win the state championship last year in Class AA. And they're one of the toughest. And Callaway's always produced some great talent. Let's go back a few years ago. You look at Tane Bigsby. He's now a star just across the state line down at Auburn. And that's some of the talent.
All-American, I believe now.
Yeah, it's an All-American now down at the Plains in Lee County, Alabama. And so just that's some of the talent they have produced. And we're having a monsoon here in Carrollton just pop up out of nowhere. So it's thunder in the background. But that's some of the talent the Callaways produced because they have been this little small school in Hogansville, but they have produced so much great talent. Haralson County going to be coming in, and they are poised to make it to the playoffs again, at least the first round. And I am willing and hoping that they make it past the first round because they have never made it past the first round. But you've got talent at Haralson County. Like Clay
High, man, what a player!
What a player! You know, we go back to our media day that we had back at the end of July, about a month ago. We were talking with him with Scott Peavy, and he was telling us that he was wanting Coach Peavy to let him throw the ball, at least maybe 3 times a game, because he felt like he had it in him that he could be a good passing quarterback. We saw that last week at Pepperell. But not only is he a good passing quarterback, he can run too. He has gotten into so many different situations. He has gotten out of it quite a few amount of times, and he is just amazing to watch. And he also plays linebacker on the other side of the ball too. And you don't see too many of your starting quarterbacks doing that.
No,
in high school, especially at his talent level. So Clay Hyatt is just one of the tremendous players Haralson County has. Of course, Mark Harris, he graduated. He's now playing college ball. So that was a big loss, but that's where they brought in Caden Hughes to stand in the running back spot where Mark Harris stood. And Caden Hughes, who he had several tremendous great runs last week against Pepperell. We're going to be seeing a lot out of him. I think if memory serves me correctly, and I got my list here, he's just a junior. So we're going to be seeing a lot out of him this year and next year. Also, and if you just look at some of the offensive line too, looking at Colton Sanders, he plays on both sides of the ball, an offensive line, defensive line. One of their strongest players they have on the offensive line, as well as Eli Salmon, Benny Parker, Brody Salyers, Zach Burrell on the defensive line, and Jacob Rodriguez. He actually was doing pretty good at the tight end spot. Him and along with Jared Rodriguez, both playing at tight ends, because sometimes they'll line up at a double tight end set. And then we look at Wesley Cole. Sometimes he'd be one of the sniffer backs. Sometimes he'd be a running back. Another good player. I know I could go on and on with all these players listed for Haralson County. I know that's who I predominantly call for within our company on WKNG. But we're going to be seeing a lot of Haralson County, and I do think they've got the potential to go to the second, make it to the second round of the playoffs. Bremen's coming back this year. They've got a lot of good talent coming back, so we're expecting to see a good bit out of Bremen. Temple, again, still got a lot of talent. Of course, they were stricken with COVID and hoping to keep them as healthy as possible. So it's going to be a fight for this 4th spot again this year between Heard County and Temple, between those two. So got a lot of talent in 5AA, and it's a really tough region. And but it's really going to be a fight, I'd say, between Heard County and Temple for the 4th spot this year.
Also worth noting, Seth, Region 7AA and Region 5AA are paired with each other in the first playoffs.
They are, and because last year, it was Region 8 and Region 5 paired up, and you didn't see Region 7 until second round when I came up to your neck of the woods last year. For the Heard County Fanning County game in round 2, which was Tim Barron's last game as the Heard County Brave head coach. But it's 5AA and 7AA, so there's going to be a potential for a bunch of rematches. And what Pepperell has done this year, they're doing it more than any other 7AA team. They are playing a lot of teams out of Region 5AA. So they already played Haralson County. I think they've got Bremen and Heard. Yeah. So when it came to the schedule, so there's a good chance that Pepperell is going to be wind up seeing either Haralson, Heard, or Bremen again.
And also they're going to be battle tested, come region play, when everybody's already circling the Pepperell Fanning County game on October 1st. And that's going to be a game to circle, and Pepperell is going to be battle tested. There is no doubt about that. Seth, real quick, we've got to actually cut it short right here.
Okay. Yeah.
But hey, tell everybody what Gradic Sports is doing this week. For now,
obviously, it's Thursday or Wednesday.
Yeah, we're recording this on Wednesday. We're airing on Thursday.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about
August
Guy
25th.
Sports, how they can communicate with y'all and follow you guys.
Okay, so basically you can give us a follow on Facebook and Twitter at Gradick Sports. Of course, you can see how it's spelled, Gradick. Gradick Sports on Facebook and Twitter. We do a Facebook Live Game of the Week each week, and this week it's going to be the 75th meeting between the Bowden Red Devils and the Bremen Blue Devils, which has been a huge rivalry for many years in this area. They're playing that one at War and Peace, Sewell Field in Bowden. That's going to be not only on the Gradick Sports Facebook page, but on B92 Country and the B92 Country app. We got new apps this year for Gradick Communications for all of our 6 of our stations, 4 that carry football. So that's going to be on the B92 Country Game of the Week. The game I'm going to be calling this week on WKNG King Country, FM 93.7, and on the WKNG app is going to be Haralson County taking on Manchester in Manchester this Friday night. And then on KISS 102.7, Carrollton had to have a change. They were supposed to be playing Noonan. Now they're playing Johns Creek, the Gladiators, out of the Gwinnett County area. So Johns Creek's coming to Grisham Stadium to take on the Carrollton Trojans. That's going to be on KISS 102.7 and the KISS 102.7 app on Friday night. And then Great Classics 98.9, they were supposed to have the Villa Rica Temple game. That's now been changed to the Central Carrollton Chapel Hill game. That's going to be at Roy Richards Memorial Stadium here in Carrollton. That's going to be on Great Classics 98.9 and also going to be live streamed on 24strong.tv. And then on Saturday, Great Classics 98.9 going to be having the Villa Rica Rockmart game. That's also going to be a 7:30 kick. And, of course, you can catch all these games on the Gradick Sports apps, B92 Country, WKNG, Great Classics 98.9, and KISS 102.7. So, but just keep up with us on Gradick Sports on Facebook and Twitter. That's Gradick Sports on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as well. And we keep everything up to date with what's going on in high school athletics across the West Georgia area.
Seth, thank you so much for coming on, man. We appreciate it as always. Hopefully it's probably not the last time we have you on here. We always love hearing from you.
Yeah.
Keep my buddy Price Actor in line if you don't care.
Hey, last thing right quick, Seth. Over under 6 passes thrown from the quarterback that threw 4 last week and completed 2 for touchdowns.
Yeah, we had like a running joke about this last week.
Yeah.
One of our hosts on the Tailgate and Red Zone show that we do, he said at 3, he threw 4. I'm going to take the over and say he's going to go over 6.
Okay. All right.
I'm
got it right there.
Airing it out.
I'm going to take the over on this, thinking that he might can convince Coach Peavy to go over 6, at least 6, maybe minimum, maybe 1 or 2 over.
Okay.
I'm
All right,
gonna
cool.
take the over on that.
Seth, like I said, make sure you keep my buddy Price Actor in line down there.
Yeah, that's still a chore to do.
I know.
It's not my week to do that. I think it's my wife's week to keep up with him this week and try to keep him straight.
Yeah, make Sarah Claudia do it. So,
I'll do it.
Seth, good to hear from you as always. Thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, absolutely. Thanks so much, guys. Hope to talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. See you later.
See ya.
That was Seth Kane. Always a great time having Seth on the show. Chris, you got a good voice. Seth's got a good voice.
Yeah, no doubt. He has great memorization, too, with all those channels and all the different games going on, the stadium names. It's like, geez, okay, man. All right, Seth.
He was very prepared. Probably the most prepared guest we've ever had.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt. That was fun.
Yeah. I want to hear you and Seth do a game together. Even though y'all both play-by-play guys, it'd be fun.
That'd be great. Hey, I'm willing to be I don't care what position I have. I just want to call a game, man.
Yeah.
No game for me this Friday night.
Yeah, you and him would be great. So we're gonna sign off here. Like I said, if you're watching this show, there is some games that could have possibly get canceled. We hope they don't. We do apologize. For this is a tough show for us. So many games in our area were canceled that we were planning on talking about. So we had to put a script together at the last minute. I didn't have the energy to do it, Chris. I'm gonna be honest with you. But you guys said, "Hey, we got this," and we did. We did. We were able to put a show together. But we're excited about the games we covered. We previewed tonight Pickens and Commerce, Hurd and Pepperell. We'll obviously be updating you about more games, but like I said, we didn't want to talk about too much because right now we just don't know. So
yeah, Tim, and obviously they're watching this Wednesday broadcast right now. We do appreciate it, guys. Plug the Twitter account right quick because we know that we're going to be all over that. sharing updates.
Yeah,
you know,
follow us on Twitter on Friday nights at the Pressbox. It's the Pressbox at Team FY Sports. Follow myself. You just search Tim Tao, search Chris Mathis. We tweet updates. All we can do. It's fun. It's fun Friday night watching Twitter. So
yeah, it really is. It's a lot of fun. Ping, ping, ping. Just alert after alert this week.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, always good to hear from you. Thanks for joining me. We're going to sign off. This is the Friday Night Pressbox Live here on Team FY Sports, and we'll be back next week, and hopefully we'll have more games in our area to talk about.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the endless aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
It's an opportunity you can't miss. Days Chevrolet in Jasper is stepping up and paying top dollar for your trade-in. Any make, any model. Days wants it, and we're paying top dollar to get it. So, what'll you do with all that cash? Shop for your new Chevy at DaysChevroletJasper.com. New vehicles are arriving weekly, or shop from our great selection of pre-owned inventory. Don't delay. Come get cash for your vehicle today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done.
Find new roads.
Hey, girl. Back so soon?
Yeah.
Third time this morning.
Feeling too familiar with the bathroom these days? It's not just you.
Hey, girl. Look who made it 15 minutes.
At Erlanger Urology, we make it easy to talk about overactive bladder and treatments that work.
Hey, girl. You not coming in?
No, I'm good.
Well, okay. I'll be here, because I'm stuck.
Learn more at itsnotjustyou.com. Erlanger Urology.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.